It's incredible. In the last 10, 15 years, we've done more with the human brain than in all of human history.
Let's get specific, because that's what your book really talks about, communicating telepathically. The idea that you could just not speak and communicate with your computer or another human being. You say that's being done in some labs.
That's right. Even today, you can walk into a room, the room will sense your thoughts and turn on the lights, adjust the temperature, turn on a computer. And then for people who are paralyzed, who are vegetables inside their paralyzed body, we can put a chip in their brain, connect it to a laptop computer, and these people can now read email, write email, surf the web, operate their wheelchair, operate household appliances, and operate mechanical arms. The Pentagon, for example, is dumping millions of dollars to take veterans of the Iraq and Afghan war, hook their mind to mechanical arms and exoskeletons, so they have the gift of movement once again.
And where are they doing that research?
For example, Johns Hopkins University, Brown University, Duke University, many of the leading centers, you're talking about hooking up the brain to a computer. And even Stephen Hawking, my colleague, he's totally paralyzed. There's a chip in his glass, right frame, that allows him to think and then type, because he's lost total control over all his bodily functions.
60 Minutes has done a number of reports about this, and it's fascinating stuff. But you even go beyond that and suggest that we may someday be able to take a smart pill.
That's right. We're beginning to understand the whole process of memory. And, you know, there are so-called savants. Sometimes you're hit in the head. Sometimes you bump your head severely in your left temporal lobe. And suddenly you have these fantastic mathematical abilities. Now, after this interview, don't hit yourself on the left lobe trying to become a super genius.
That's prone to do. Yeah, right.
But it's happened several times in the past, and we're now beginning to understand how the brain can do this. We think that these people have forgotten how to forget. The brain learns and then forgets. We think that the forgetting mechanism is broken. And it's like a tape recorder that just keeps on tape recording and fails to forget.
You talk about being a little boy, that you love Flash Gordon, who was a futuristic person, and you see yourself as a futurist, too. So what excites you most when you look down the horizon? Because what you're talking about is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, we're talking about being able to decode the thinking brain and then put it to work. Think, for example...
How soon do you see that happening, all the things you're talking about?
Well, first of all, we're in the initial stages of this. Initial stages of creating exoskeletons governed by the mind. The first uploaded memory was done only last year in animal studies. We can actually upload simple memories into mice and then eventually primates. And maybe eventually you'll take a college course by hitting the play button on a tape recorder.
So the brain is an organ. What's the difference in the brain and the mind?
Well, we think that the brain is sort of like wetware, not hardware, but wetware. But it has software. It has a program, and the program is the mind, we think. Now we're beginning to see the mind in action. You see thoughts ricocheting back and forth like a ping pong ball.
I heard Kaylee Coco in the green room ask you to be on the Big Bang Theory. You might want to think about that.
Yes,
Sweetie has made the request.
I'll join the Legion of Nerds, who've also been on that program.
All right.
Thank you, Professor Michio Kaku. Love the book. Thank you. And The Future of the Mind goes on sale today.